All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Toonkind at 12 FPS Drive-In Cinema edition. Very special because this takes place during Return to the Eclipse Cathedral. Specifically, well, I'll get into the specifics a little bit after we introduce ourselves. I'm Heartless, and I will be playing Starling Undermire, otherwise known as Roderick Asgrim Gailas, if that's not too confusing. And I am joined by my lovely friend.
Just like the whole, specifically, but not too specifically, this isn't about them. There's clearly plot going on, but it's not about them. They're dying. It's not about them. Dection is getting killed over and over and over. It's not about him.
Well, it's not about him right now.
Right now. He can continue getting poofed. I'm audio. It's me, AudioVizual, Toonkind's local bootleg Sableye. I'm playing Knom today because he's been traveling with Roderick for a while and he's a little attached. Not this Roderick, the other Roderick. Apparently the fake one. Quote unquote. It really depends on your definition of fake, because both of them are correct, but both of them are also wrong. And it's all just fucking Kingdom Hearts. And Knom doesn't understand anything about Kingdom Hearts because Knom is not involved with Kingdom Hearts. Knom's involved in a completely different section of bootleg video games. And he's just a little Toonkind 5-foot-tall monk. And he looks like a little dragon, and he is so much shorter than this Sterling.
And with that, I'll introduce us into where we're at. So, in Return to the Eclipse Cathedral, the hero team left. We're picking up right there, right after the quote-unquote hero team left the temple to the light. There was silence for a moment before Victor just kind of screamed to the rafters for a moment.
I was just fucking standing there. He was waving goodbye to everyone, silently, just in his head, oh god, I really hope no one gets killed. That would be a real fucking bummer, and Roderick would be sad, and I would probably be sad too. I don't know these people very well, though. Just fucking standing there for a second. What the hell do you do whenever someone just starts yelling? I'm guessing this is just wordless hollering?
It's wordless Grolix, yes.
What does Victor's Grolix sound like?
8-bit, the noises that happen when you pull out the Keyblade and shit in memories. They sound like that.
Amazing.
Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
Almost horror music.
Except it's 8-bit and crunchy. And Sterling is just staring and just kind of wincing. Oh god, what is this? And then Victor stops and just sits down on the ground.
Knom is just standing there. He's just standing there. He's staring at fucking Victor, and just like he's just staring. He probably after a second just like slowly starts walking towards Victor. Yeah, I had him roll hammer space. That's a 9. Because I'm using my veiled dice.
I will
like
also
pulls
be
out
using
his quarterstaff and just like tentatively like reaches over and like pokes Victor like, are you okay?
No.
Is like is this about the whole everything going on, or is this like a personal choice you're making?
Victor just kind of flops down on his back.
Knom just kind of like stands over him and looks down. It's like staring at him. He's still holding his quarterstaff and he kind of like he pokes Victor again very lightly.
Victor just kind of whacks at the quarterstaff and goes, Go, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone, right? You know what? It reaches back into his hood, and that's a 2. Pulls out this like box of ice cream and just tosses it at Nom's head. Just leave me alone.
Roll something to catch, or is he just gonna get beaten in the fucking head?
Roll dex, I guess.
Awesome.
Like, that's probably sleight of hand.
Yeah. What's your sleight of hand, sweetheart? You're still baby. Oh, it's a +3. You're actually somewhat dexterous. So yeah, he manages to catch it and not get his head whacked off.
You know, I had talked about how this would go, and the Victor was like, nope, I'm just gonna have a breakdown right here. I'm like, oh, okay.
Knom kind of like scowls at Victor, and then he like crouches down to be a little closer. And he's like juggling the box and his quarterstaff in one arm, and then he with the other he kind of like jerks his thumb back to gesture at Sterling, and then like, so you know about the whole dead thing, right? That's going on with Roderick. Like, not dead, or like the.
Yes.
I mean, there's 2 of them now, so I mean.
Well, I kind of, you know, I don't know you, but since you brought it up, I kind of watched Roderick die, and he looked like that. Well, not without the scars. Before, and the next time I saw Roderick, he looked like, you know, like he did when he walked in with you. And it's just, I don't know what the light is going on here. Excuse me for my language.
Well, if you're gonna have a fucking breakdown, you could at least act like an adult about it. I don't know like anything about literally anything that's going on with your guys' weird key stuff and the order stuff and like whatever, but if you know anything about like weird black monster-y persons with yellow eyeballs, or like you have like books or something, I feel like that would be a little helpful, at least for Roderick, and maybe I'll explain later whenever you like chill out. something, maybe you could go find a nice refrigerator to sit in for a bit and or I think I've seen at the store they sell these chill pill things. Maybe you should invest in those.
Hold on a sec. I gotta retrieve Victor's sheet because I didn't expect.
Your first fucking mistake was assuming that Knom wouldn't engage Victor at all. After you were like, yeah, Victor's gonna talk to him.
He rolled a fucking 3.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to click into it.
Oh, actually, that if I'm making that a wisdom save, that's actually a 6, but still. He still rolled a freaking 1. And he just you mention black shadowy creatures and he stares at you like a 1,000-yard stare. And he goes, you know what, I'm gonna go have a drink. And he violently sits up.
Does he hit Knom on the way? And
Dexterity.
I just feel like it's the gag of he sits up so fast, he conks his head on Knom's snout as he goes, and Knom's head starts spinning.
Oh, I'm getting a drink! He exclaims loudly as he stands straight up and just runs tunishly out. He's gone.
I'm just kind of fixes his head, stares after him, and he's like, and I thought I was high-strung. And then he kind of just looks at the box of ice cream in his hand, and he tucks his quarterstaff away, and he looks over at Sterling.
Well, the box of ice cream claims to be sea salt ice cream.
I don't think Knom's ever had sea salt ice cream before, I'm going to be honest.
And
is Sterling just sitting there?
Sterling kind of jumped when Victor raced by and it slammed the door, because he slammed the door. And then Sterling looked over to Knom with a kind of, puzzled look on his face. And then slowly stood up.
Knom is he's just kind of watching Sterling because it's really disconcerting to see a stranger wear your friend's expressions.
And it's almost the exact same expression. There are some micro differences between the two of them. He just kind of points after Victor and goes, that wasn't about me, was it?
I mean, I just think he has a lot of problems in general. Just from the 10-ish half an hour I've known him. Yeah, he seems really kind of high strung. It's probably whatever he's got going on. He should probably talk to someone about that, honestly. Having proper outlets for your anxiety is really bad for your health.
Yeah, sorry, this is my bad. Sorry.
Just turned into Mickey Mouse for half a second. It's fine. Try that again.
he certainly seems, like he has a lot of problems. He just kind of, he kind of stops after, like, exiting the pew where he was sitting and just kind of half waves and goes, "Hi, I'm Sterling."
Nom kinda, he was still kinda crouched, and so he, like, stands up. And, like, how tall is Sterling?
Same height as Roderick is. Exact same height. It's just that Sterling has long hair that he puts up in a ponytail, so he's 5'10".
So he's 10 inches taller than Nom.
Mm-hmm.
Just short lad looking up. And he awkwardly waves as well, and he's like, I'm Nom. I'm the monk. Just Nom.
My last name's Undermire, but yeah, just Sterling's fine.
Yeah. He, like, looks down at the box of ice cream in his hand and then back at Sterling, and he, like, kind of waves it a little, or, like, moves it enough you can hear, like, the ice cream inside moving around, and he's like, do you have any idea what, this is about?
Sterling kind of just takes a very slow step forward and just kind of looks down at the box of ice cream. Oh, that's a good flavor. I have no idea though.
Okay. And he kind of looks down at the box again, and he kind of, like, mutters to himself, I think that guy is a little more weird than I thought. Like more to himself than anything about Victor. It's just like, I got handed ice cream and told to talk. Is this another one of those weird, like...
Well, you got handed ice cream and told to go away from Victor, so... You're pretty sure it's a bribe.
Man. That's illegal, baby. He kind of, like, he just opens the box and, like, he checks how many is inside of there.
So there's, like, 7. So it's probably like a box of 10. There's 7 left inside. Lots of ice cream. They're definitely all still cold.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nom kind of slides 2 out and, like, Wolverine claws the sticks between his fingers as he, like, shuts the box again. Like, kind of tucks it in his hammer space. And then he kind of stares at the ice cream he pulled out, and he kind of looks at Sterling, and he kind of looks at the ice cream, and then he offers one to Sterling, and he's like, I kind of don't have any idea what's going on. I feel like you know more than I do. Obviously we don't know a lot, and,
So, Sterling just steps forward and accepts the ice cream, goes, thank you. Thank you. You know, it's kind of a long story. At least the stuff I know about. I'm sure there's stuff I don't know about.
Yeah, almost assuredly. Um, I'm, um, uh, I'm gonna go, I guess, sit on the roof or something. Mainly because I don't want to be in here if Victor comes back, because I feel like, I don't think he likes me calling him out like I was, so I'm just gonna go, wait for Roderick on the roof, I guess. Yeah,
Can I join you? I don't think I should be here when if Victor comes back soon either.
Yeah, he is kind of emotionally traumatized by things relating to Roderick. I think considering a few things, no offense, and Nom's like, he's like he's doing that whole thing where you like try and like go around a person and he's heading towards the door and kind of like anxiously like messing with the wrapper of his ice cream. And he's like looking at Sterling and then not looking at Sterling and like just the really awkward sort of like shuffly movement.
And Roderick is his name, but we're going to refer to him as Sterling continuously because otherwise we'll mix the two up. Because this is a auditory medium and it's really hard to differentiate. Anyways, Sterling, man with long white hair and a scar, just kind of very slowly follows, but, you know, at a distance. Because he's kind of unsure, if Knom's even comfortable around him.
I mean, he can roll insight if he wants.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing.
That's a thing we can do in this medium. We can roll insight.
Insight. That's so bad. That's a 18 plus 1. That's a 19.
I feel like Sterling would pick up. It's not necessarily that Nom is like weirded. Sterling wouldn't know, but it's sort of the feel of like in Once Upon a Mind where like Roderick dropped his accent and it freaked Nom out and he was like, put it back. It's very much it's not anything Sterling is doing. It's just very clearly because he's used to Roderick, Sterling. And so he's a little weirded out by this person who looks like his friend but isn't his friend. And clearly there's something up with that. It's not like they're twins. If it were twins, it would be different. But no, apparently this is the same person, but it's not. But it's not his Roderick. He wants to be polite. He's trying very hard to be polite. But it's also very clear that he's like, just fucking sitting here on a mountain of questions, and he has no fucking idea what's going on.
Yeah. How do you plan on getting up to the roof?
Nom, like, halfway through opening the door, probably just kind of, like, pauses and looks back at Sterling, and then he's like, oh, in case my name didn't really imply anything, well, I'm a monk, and it's a building, and I'm either gonna climb it really good, or I'm gonna fucking fall on my face, So, yeah, I really...
He just kind of starts chuckling at that.
I don't know if you know the spell fly or anything, but being a monk, I can't cast spells. I do things by hand and
Yeah, I'm the being victorful at the beginning is messing me up, man. I know fly, but I can't cast it high enough to, I'm not strong enough to cast it on more than just myself.
Here's hoping I don't fall, or, well, I don't think you should try and catch me, because I'm kind of made of metal. And unless you're pretty strong, I would probably just squish you or something, and that would be a little awkward to try and explain.
They're chaotic people.
Knom just kind of like, he leaves the door open to the temple. Fuck Victor Vol, the door's staying open.
Sorry, what, bitch?
And he has the popsicle unwrapped now, the ice cream. And he kind of just like steps outside and starts like half circling the building, kind of sizing up where the best place to climb would be. The most handholds and stuff.
Yeah. So the front definitely does not have like the best handholds until you get like a little far off the ground. Because there's that like awning, fancy temple place. It's got an awning over the door.
Yeah.
But around the side, there seems to be like a couple of loose bricks. And loose as in they're sticking out. They're not like uniform with the wall, and that's probably the safest bet that you see.
Kidding, no.
So thankfully Knom can actually, because he's a monk and that's a feature, he can spend a key point to double his jump distance, so that'll help. Explain that away as him Raymanning it up.
So I gotta see a thing.
Amazing. The hell do I roll the fucking monkey? Probably acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Cool.
My only problem with that, though, is that, like, I feel
So,
like it's more respectful for me to filter
Sterling walks out after Knom, and he like holds his hand out, and nothing happens. And he looks down at his hand. Seriously, you're going to leave me in the lurch right now? Just because I yelled at you? Fucking.
Knom kind of like peeks over the side from where he's kind of monkeyed up, and he's like, "Are you talking to your weird key friend too?"
I'm a warlock, alright?
Yeah, I could do stuff. If I was about to die,
Yeah.
And my blade is my patron.
I kind of want to get
And apparently, he's decided to not help me. So, do you have a rope?
It just tells the story.
Probably.
This is
Is
who I
there
am.
like weird key friend, like a lemur with fairy wings like Kai is? And does I know Kai uses different pronouns now. Does your weird key friend also use like the neo pronouns, or like have you just been calling him he and it's fine? Is like are you guys like, you aren't friends, which really kind of sucks. I can get a rope, though. You should probably try, like, talking to them and talking this sort of thing out. I'm not the boss of you or anything, but, yeah, because that kind of sounds really sucky. I
don't honestly know how I'm supposed to talk to him, considering I'm probably sure I snubbed his help when I decided to, I don't know, abandon a certain group of people.
Oh, like the mean guys or something? You sort of watch him kind of send a rope down and stuff, and he's just kind of sitting there just chattering away. He's probably tied the rope honestly to himself because he's probably heavier than Sterling. It would be hard for Sterling to drag him off. Unless he really tried. I would love to see him try.
Well, the thing is Sterling weighs 157 pounds.
I mean, Knom's all metal. It floats, but it if you were to set all of his pieces down on a scale, it'd probably be pretty dense.
Probably be a lot heavier than Sterling. Although he's gonna grab the rope and be like, you got it secure up there.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry. One of my friends did this once because, well, Splintered Rose wasn't cooperating, and he starts climbing. And when I started climbing, the rope came free and I fell on my ass, and he just laughed at me.
I mean, it sounds a little funny. Does your weird key friend not show up in your dreams like Kai? I don't know, literally anything about Warlock stuff, because I'm not a Warlock.
He certainly shows up in my dreams every single night, trying to convince me to do things. I just decided to not listen today.
I mean, is it evil stuff, or is it like Kai wants Roderick to explore the world, which is really cool. But it's
if only he was so forgiving.
I mean, again, are you being you know what?
I feel like this conversation shouldn't be shouted out, over a distance.
Sure, yes.
Roderick's halfway up the rope at this point.
Sterling's halfway up the rope.
Yeah, Sterling. Sterling is halfway up the rope. I'm sorry, his name is also Roderick, so Roderick works, but we're using Sterling.
Nam is also talking about Roderick, so it makes sense, and I'm also just amused. Nam just kind of leans over the side, and he's got one of his hands tucked under his his snout, and he's looking over and watching Sterling climb, and he's like, I don't really have any skin in the game of whatever's going on between you and your patrony person, key friend. But it really is something you probably should discuss or decide if being a warlock's really for you and all this and that, yeah.
Well, just kind of already written pathways and all that.
I'm almost certain.
No, I literally don't know what you're talking about.
I think Sterling shuts up for a moment and actually just focuses on climbing until he gets up to where Knom is.
Just pokes his head up and Nom's just staring at him, they're face to face.
Hi. I can't hold on forever, so I'm gonna get up now.
Nom's got like his ice cream in his mouth, just sort of poking out the side.
That sounds great.
The ice cream is actually sticking out of Sterling's pocket. So
Amazing.
what?
So sanitary.
Where else? Well, it's still in the wrapper. He hasn't taken the wrapper off.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not gonna drag you for him putting his ice cream in his pocket.
He doesn't have a hammer space. He's human, guys. Anyways, he takes it out of his pocket and he looks around and just kind of sits down, scooting back from the edge.
Nom like coils up the rope and like it disappears into his hammer space, and he kind of sits like half on, like his feet hanging off the ledge, and he's like lightly kicking them out into space.
Sterling unwraps his ice cream and takes a bite, and I haven't had this in a while.
Like special or something? I haven't really had a lot of ice cream.
Well, it's sometimes it's hard to find, depending on the place you're in. Ghibli, you could find it everywhere in Ghibli, but well, in Giznap, no hide nor hair of it. Or you buy a special edition because they imported it from Ghibli. And the Pixar Protectorate, it depends on the town. I've actually found one town pretty nearby, along the train route, that sells, well, they make it themselves. It's not the same as it is in Ghibli, but it's pretty close.
Probably shouldn't have been in the dorms.
I like where I'm from, they have this like mango and coconut ice cream that's really good. And I can't find it anywhere, so
Oh, that sounds really good.
yeah, it's really good because it's like creamy and sweet and stuff like that. It's very good because it's kind of hot where I live, depending on where you are. Like closer to the beach and stuff, it's warm because you know the ocean and stuff. I've never spent a lot of time down there though, you know. He kind of just like takes he takes a bite of his ice cream, and for a second there's like a glint of like something off about his mouth as he does, and then he like as he pulls his ice cream away, there's like a bite out of it. Even though he doesn't have any visible teeth.
I mean, Sterling knows Toon logic because Sterling's grew up with Toon logic, so you know, points at two of the OG members of the order. So Sterling doesn't even bat an eye at it. The sea reminds me of Nicodranas. I think that's how you say it.
And they were always born. They were always the cute mismatches.
I don't know anything about any sort of Nicodranas. Nicodranas?
Oh, it's well, it's sort of where I grew up. No, sort of.
Is this related to the whole, and he like waves his fingers and they kind of just move around on his, you know, the white part of his arm? Not like how persons necessarily would, but like, you know, wiggles his fingers.
What do you mean?
I mean, you know,
Like,
the
did he
whole
really though? Because
stuff. Mm-hmm.
I feel like he could have done better.
And he, like, he's trying his best.
Well, I don't really know what she means specifically, but I kind of just woke
I
up
want to see this kid fight this kid, but it never happened.
in a science lab in Nicodranas. So
This kid thinks out this kid in school. And I always wanted
that's you know, I don't think that's anywhere where we are right now. So sorry, that might be a bit confusing.
I mean, I'm just kind of sitting here, no, like, you know, it's none of my business what's up with anything to do with, like, the weird whatever you guys have going on with, like, the bad guys.
You mean the
whatever.
plot? Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And Knom just kind of like, he like pauses and he just like stares at Sterling for a second.
What? I've grown up around tunes. Why are you staring at me?
He's your average skater kid.
You do the thing too, where you just make your accent go away and then you sound
You took it 3 tries to get on the bus.
Sorry, I'm not meaning to do that.
Oh,
No. It's Knom is just like, he looks kind of frustrated for a second and he shuts his mouth and like you see him like, he looks like really like annoyed and thinking, and there's like a little like scribbly line above his head from just like him like, you know, frustration noises.
It took a couple tries.
Well, if I have been doing that right now, I apologize. See, I picked up a job as an actor on a train, Players Express or something. It's one of the trains that goes from Yeast to here to somewhere else in the Pixar Protectorate. Oh yeah, it sometimes goes all the way to UPA.
Well, that's what
Specifically Valestown.
That's what I'm saying. This might be your guy.
You don't do any like waves his hand in front of his face in a highly specific motion. You don't do that, right?
Sterling takes a bite of his ice cream and just kind of wrinkles his eyebrows. What do you mean by, and he waves his hand in front of his face, that?
Okay, so it's like, I don't know how comfortable you are with talking about stuff like this, especially because it's like, you know, whatever. But like, Roderick doesn't know jack, about, stuff, and so he gets confused or like, freaked out about some of it, and you're just like, and he does this cool thing sometimes where he can like do this magic thing with like making himself look different, and that's part of why I asked about your accent, because he did that once and it was very weird. So yeah, if you don't do that, not really.
You said it. I disagree.
What'd he roll a 6 for?
It's a history.
Oh my god.
He's trying. So this is him trying to remember somebody who can do that kind of thing. Like the kinds of people who can do that kind of thing. And he's like,
I think that
let's see, one of the toons I grew up with could change his appearance, but that was just all magic. What are you talking about? Like, it was all magic, but you could reach out and you could touch him and you could feel that it was still him. What are you talking about?
You know what? It's nothing you need to worry about, I think. I don't think that's anything I shouldn't be sharing because that's kind of something Roderick's a little sensitive about, and so I'm not probably... You probably should talk to him about it at some point because it's like, related to do with stuff, about stuff.
Like how he looks like me, except his eyes are gold.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna... And Knom started rubbing the back of his neck and looking away really nervously as he was his voice started getting higher and stuff, and now he looks like he's actively thinking about if he wants to hop off the roof to fuck off from this conversation.
Great, strand poor Sterling on the roof.
I'm sure he'll be fine. That'll give him plenty of time to talk to his weird key friend that he apparently doesn't get along with.
Alright, so, he just he kind of looks a little frustrated and literally bites some of the ice cream. Before I lose my nerve, how did you meet him? I'm curious.
Oh, we kind of got politely abducted and put into a magic dream, and there was a kid who was fucking up a magic storybook. And then us and this other toon went through this whole story and stuff, and we met Kai, which is why I was bringing up Kai, because Kai's really adorable, and I wish I could actually talk to Kai a little, because it's cute little lemur friend. I'm sure it's fine. And there was a whole thing with everything going really fucky, and we kind of almost broke the storybook, I think. I'm not really sure, but it kind of seemed like that. But we fixed it and everything was fine. And then we woke up out of the magic coma. And we talked about gender and stuff. I feel like that's kind of important.
He didn't even know that. Oh boy.
Don't get me started on things Roderick doesn't know, because I had to explain what a straight man was, and it was because I made a joke, and it was very confusing to him, and then I explained it, and apparently he didn't know about that sort of thing, and we had to get these pamphlets, and it's fine because he knows more now, but it's not necessarily his fault, because apparently the Bertus Isles is really itty bitty or really far away or something, and I don't know. I'm just sitting here.
That sounds painful. I'm so sorry.
Nom just kind of throws his hands up with the ice cream. He's just and he's just just a can you believe this shit kind of gesture.
It sounds so very painful. I'm so sorry. Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not like it was that big of a deal. You know, it's also just like, you know, it kind of sucks where it's like, you know, Roderick doesn't know and that's not his fault, you know, but then it's just, I don't know. And then there's all of your guys' weird shit going on with, like, sometimes Roderick doesn't look like Roderick, like when he's asleep. And, you know, all of that stuff. And then also just, like, whatever the hell is going on with your weird bad guys and this Zaya North guy who has a stupid name. And he's
yeah, it's
bad things.
Yeah, Alexa, well, Alexa told me a bit about that. A bit. Probably, not as much. He just kind of looks over the side and takes another bite of ice cream.
Kind of like sticks his in his mouth and like you hear like slight crunchy noises like wood getting bitten into by something metal. And he then like pulls the stick out and it's got like a little bit of like a crack in it in the side and the ice cream's gone. And he tucks the stick in his like hammer space and he like scooches a little closer to Sterling and he's like, apparently a whole bunch of stuff going on with like whenever Roderick, because Roderick told me some stuff, and it's weird that you don't remember, but maybe it has to do with the fact Roderick remembers, but I don't know a lot about magic and whatever the hell you two have going on. Is you're not twins or something?
Hold on a minute.
I'm sure it's fine. Knom's just sitting here, everyone. I would like everyone to know. He's just like, he has no idea what's going on, and he's been fed like bits and pieces, and like Sterling doesn't know what's going on either. But Sterling also is apparently heavily involved because he's tied to Roderick, and Roderick remembers things that Sterling doesn't, and Sterling knows things that Roderick doesn't. It's not some sort of like two-way connection thing, and they're definitely not twins because sometimes Roderick looks like a some sort of creature, like shadow creature with yellow eyes, and not like Roderick, except he does look like Roderick other times, and it's a whole thing, and he's very confused, and maybe Sterling knows more because Victor definitely knows more, but he went and fucked right off like a flaky ass Mickey Mouse man. So Knom is not fully, like, Knom just is like very unimpressed with Victor Full. And he's like, I don't know jack nor shit about Kingdom fucking Hearts, but like, fuck these guys, fuck those guys, none of these people here are to be trusted, none of them are competent. Look at the people that Roger got left with. They're not competent. There's an 8-year-old in there. Look at the people who's supposed to be Roderick's other allies. He's not trustworthy at all half the time, and he's clearly got issues. And then there's the bad guys, and he doesn't know anything about the bad guys. And apparently they're doing bad things like kidnapping 12-year-olds for some reason. I don't know how much you heard.
I came back in, so I told you that I needed a minute because I was getting a call, and I came back into they're kidnapping 12-year-olds. So that should tell you how much I caught of that.
Well, you can always go back and listen to the recording. I was giving people a little insight on how Knom is feeling and thinking about the whole situation and knowledge he has of the situation. He's like, none of these people are competent at all.
Okay.
And just this and that. And apparently something about the bad guys abducting a bunch of 12-year-olds, because that doesn't make any fucking sense.
So,
Yes.
where was Nom telling Sterling?
Sterling, Knom was rambling about how Roderick doesn't always look like Roderick, and Roderick knows things that Sterling doesn't.
Right.
They definitely aren't twins. Yeah, something about the Xehanort, and he was gonna start rambling about how because he said, like, Roderick had told him some things, and he was gonna start rambling about how apparently, some of the kids that Roderick knew got fucking abducted at one point with him.
So, whoa. So sometimes he just doesn't look like himself, like when he's asleep?
Yeah, because whenever we all woke up from the magic coma having to do with the magic storybook that was really fucked up, like me and the other Toon, this little bear Toon, you don't know him, like right before Roderick woke up, we both woke up, and we saw him like right second, and he didn't look like himself, and he had this weird little scar on him, like on his wrist, I think, and he was very confused for a second as to why we thought he looked weird, and there was this whole rooftop conversation we had, and something, yeah, he doesn't always look like himself, and he can sometimes make himself look like other people, and that might be connected, but I don't know.
That sounds like a changeling. You're telling me that that man that we saw is a changeling?
What should Knom roll to know anything about changelings?
A history.
Awesome. Knom actually has proficiency in history. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so he knows about changelings apparently with a 16.
You know, the race of people who shift to make themselves look like other races. And you're pretty sure that there was a small amount of news in Toontown about a changeling who'd been arrested for trafficking toons. But there's really been no, like, any other, like, bad things about changelings to really match up with Sterling's reaction.
I mean, yeah, but it's also just like I don't know, cause it's like, I mean, I mean, Roderick's Roderick. I know that means very different things to you, considering you're also sitting here
I'm
Roderick.
Do you know the tales about changelings, that changelings... So, from the Feywild, you know, they steal human children away to the Feywild and put a changeling in their place.
I mean, buddy, you woke up in a lab. I don't think this is necessarily the same sort of thing here. As like the Fae do it, or something, because then it's like there's a good chance Kai might have been involved, but also like Nom just kind of gestures, like, waving towards the cathedral. He's like, there's a whole lot of other stuff that could also factor into this, considering, you know.
I know that, especially considering I woke up and I didn't remember anything before I was 12.
I mean, see, again, this is sort of just like, I don't think it's necessarily either of your guys' fault, because then it's like, Roderick was also 12 and stuff happened, like, you know, the whole kidnapping and stuff and bad things happening that I don't know a lot about. And also, apparently...
Kidnapping? This is new to him.
Yeah, okay, so apparently, because, like, Victor basically collaborated the story without, like, you know, explicitly saying anything, because he's kind of, like, you know, how he is, basically, you or Roderick or whatever, the Roderick Asgrim Guylass collective, grew up on the Veritas Isles, and you had two childhood friends who are Kat and Sirius, and Kat got kidnapped, and the Xehanorth guy convinced Sirius to do bad things or something, and then Roderick and Victor went to go beat up Xehanorth, and they also fought Sirius or something, and Kat ended up okay, and then the last time, and then I guess growing up stuff happened, because again, the whole, like, we're younger, now older, and then, like, apparently a while ago, Sirius got abducted by Zaya again, and that started the whole reason why we're at this freaky weird Clips Cathedral cocoon place in the first place, because Sirius ended up here because of the Xehanorth guy, and the people who were in the temple a bit ago were, like, people who came and helped Roderick last time, and it was a whole thing. Yeah, something like that.
I heard that he was upset. I guess this is why.
I'm not gonna have, like, a breakdown or anything. Like, do I need to, like, pat? I have, like, stuffed animals if you need something to hug. I'm not really huggable. Nor do I think you would be comfortable hugging me. I don't, yeah, this is a lot, and I've been sitting here just, like, no idea, but also I'm not one of the people involved, so it's, you know.
So, he just he takes a couple of bites and finishes off the sea salt ice cream, and just kind of, he looks at the stick and goes, damn, not a winner. Alright.
I'm just gonna have to check his at some point, because I totally didn't think about that.
He just kind of sticks it in his pocket and kind of just brushes his hands off and goes, alright, yes, the people that I was with were the Order. Shh, don't tell them, because I'm pretty sure they're tearing me to pieces. Besides Alexa, Alexa's nice. Alexa's trying to help me. But I didn't know they were the bad guys, considering they were the ones who picked me off the ground and raised me from when I was 12, at least.
Well, I mean, I'm not really gonna be talking to those guys a lot at the moment, especially considering their whole, not here right now. So you have that at least. You should probably at least talk to Roderick about some of this stuff, even though it's like weird because it's like, probably important.
I walked into the temple today, because I wanted to talk to him because he was inside, and then I kind of had a bit of a breakdown, so I just kind of sat instead and did not talk to him.
Okay, that's actually really valid though, because it's like, if I had to deal with that sort of thing, I would just be done.
What am I supposed to say to him?
Hi, my name is also Roderick, but I've been going by Sterling, and apparently both of us have like Jenga pieces of each other, but we're also separate people, and it's a really weird situation. I'm sure you're just as confused as I am, and, besides that, maybe just like, I feel like that's a good place to start, though, honestly.
Jenga pieces. I probably won't say it quite like that, but it's probably a good place to start, but that's very confusing.
I mean, the whole situation is really confusing, I'm going to be honest. I think it's like, I mean, you're both aware the situation's weird, right? So then it's like, no?
I thought my life was already so weird with Xehanort always talking darkness this, darkness that. Just see if it's more weird than the weirdo who you only decide to stick around because he said, he promised to get us our souls back. Something like that.
Man, soul losing thing is like normal?
Soul losing? No, it's not normal, but, I don't, he just pats his chest. Well, I don't have all of it. Alexa said just recently that I have a little tiny sliver of my soul. You doing okay, Knom? I'm gonna roll insight.
Go for it, because that's deception.
Not 20.
A fucking nat 20?
That's a 21.
So it's like the second, Sterling mentioned having to do with, people losing their souls. Knom looked really uncomfortable and kind of like, reached his hand up to kind of like tap his chest, very lightly. And like, look, a little ill. It's pretty obvious that something to do with souls and them being displaced very personally bothers Knom.
I'm sorry, there's I guess I've just been around too many people conversationally. Are you feeling all right? Did that make you uncomfortable?
It's not necessarily because of anything you were doing. It's more of like a personal thing, you know. You know.
Well, I can promise that probably the thing that happened to me is not going to happen to you. I'm pretty sure Vexus and Daxon and Zalber and Larsicon lost theirs in a scientific explosion accident.
I'm sure that's normal and fine and valid. He's rubbing the back of his neck a lot. He's still like off put. You know, it's yeah.
They have to make it at some point, right?
I can't necessarily tell you why specifically he's so like because he's thinking about it and he's going
So Roderick is Sterling. Sterling is going to because Mom is closer. Is just going to reach over very, just telegraphing his movements and very gently patting Knom's shoulder. Hey, we can talk about something else. It's clear this makes you really uncomfortable, and I don't blame you. I wouldn't find it very comfortable to be without your soul, considering it means there's no feelings anymore, or very little feelings.
Yeah, something like that. Probably definitely should avoid this Xehanorth guy, huh? Especially if he... it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure you'd be fine, because honestly, I don't think I know if my friend Axiom talks all the time about if he really could remove souls, he would have done it to me already, sort of deal. Which is just kind of what Axiom says. He says a lot of stuff, like complaining about, copyright.
Axiom, is your friend in the order?
Axiom the Fox? Yes, but he's kind of just a hired hand. He's a mercenary.
Understandable. Have a nice day. I'm just sitting here. I know exactly very little about the current plot going on. I'm mainly just here because Roderick's here, and yeah, Roderick's here.
Yeah, I think home.
Well,
No,
honestly, I've pretty much told you most of what I know.
I don't necessarily think we're gonna end up being the biggest players in this sort of thing. I don't really like as long as there's like nothing like world ending happens and everything turns out okay. I'm kind of content about that. I don't know if that makes me a bad person or not. I'm just I'm here because Roderick's here and I care about Roderick and I could go adventuring by myself, but I don't really want to.
Yeah, I'm kind of, well, I don't know that much, and, yeah, I kind of agree with you. We're definitely not the big players here. It's, probably the people who headed on up to that, Eclipse Cathedral.
Fucking raccoon that came in, like, it sounded like in the background with, like, somewhat staticky noises. It was so fucking funny.
And Sterling jumps and just, like, probably, he jumps back away from the edge and presses against the roof and goes, oh, okay. I've never actually been here before, so apparently that happens.
Yeah, it's happened a few times. It's a gimmick or something.
Yeah, probably.
Nom just kind of like sits down a little, like he kind of like sinks a little more, if that makes sense. Like scrunching up a bit.
Okay.
He's just sitting.
Let's talk about something else. You know, there's this place called Cinema. It's pretty nice, and I think with trailing off with that, we're gonna end here. In which Sterling talks about a vacation he had in Cinema with Axiom the fox.
Amazing.
They went swimming.
Amazing. Now I'm gonna probably ending up talking about how he can't swim, he just sinks. He wants to go to the beach someday and then have to decide maybe with Roderick ... because Roderick really likes the beach ...
Sterling probably reacting the same way, like, oh no, that's so sad. You can't swim. Anyways, thank you for joining us, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.